If you're into spear guns and fire, this might be the weapon for you, as today we're going to be lighting things up with the Javlok. So this is a Grenier Speargun. You can acquire its blueprint from the Chem Lab in the dojo and the capacitors from the prosectors on Severance. As pretty much all of the Spearguns, it has two firing modes, with the primary being a charged shot dealing heat damage, and the secondary firing being the trait of the Spearguns, which is the throw. And throwing the weapon is going to be dealing IPS and heat damage. So the secondary fire also has pretty much two firing modes, the quick one and the charged one. The quick one is going to create that area, and after a second it's going to explode, dealing damage. And the charged one, it's going to just throw the weapon and deal increased damage, and removing the punch through which the quick shot has. And if you hit an enemy, it's going to be attached to it. So let's take a look on the build. The first build I went with crits, as it has 20% crit chance and 2 times crit multiplier. It's not that amazing, but it works. I went with the damage mods, serration, and then some mood shot with split chamber and vigilante armaments. And then with the crit with point strike and vital sense and hunter munition to pair with the critical, and also with viral. So the weapon is going to have heat and viral. I'm going to be reducing the enemy armor and also increasing the damage they take when you get a proc, of course. And I'm also using vigilante armament because I don't have a ribbon for this weapon. So let me show you what this build can do. Spawn some corrupted heavy gunners. Can be really deadly. But of course we're getting most of our damage from the hunter munitions, so it's pretty much based on luck. But yeah, it can be really deadly. Alright, so with the second build I went with only status and tried not to use critical. We are going to be getting some criticals here and there, but not that much. And I also kept the viral and put the rifle aptitude for more status chance. Let me show you what it's gonna do. I don't think it performs as well as the first one, but you can still feel stuff like this. But it takes much longer. Yeah, I forgot to mention also the heavy caliber, which I'm using in this build. It's just to increase the damage, but I'm not really a fan of using heavy caliber on this, as without heavy caliber we're gonna be getting pinpoint accuracy, and with heavy caliber, well, pretty much aim for the head, one shot goes to the head and the other one goes to the feet. Quite sad. And I'm gonna show you the last build, which is kind of focused on the throwing or the secondary fire. And with that I went with wildfire, increasing the magazine capacity and heat, and also I kept the crit. It's pretty much just trading the elementals for wildfire to increase, and heavy caliber to increase the damage, because the secondary fire actually uses your ammo if it explodes, and that happens because each ammo it uses, each shot it uses, it's going to be dealing increased damage. So if you have increased magazine, it's going to be dealing more damage. But because we have the heavy caliber, we can actually miss our shots. We can go like just right through the enemy, to the side of the enemy. This one is pretty much just for fun and not going to be dealing that much damage. Sometimes you can get a lucky proc, but that's not very often. See? Just went right through it. Alright, so now that you saw what this weapon can do, I need to remind you that these are level 170 corrupted heavy gunners, that you're gonna be one-shotting most of the stuff on lower levels. I'm gonna go back to the first build, and I kinda wanna show you what I mean. I'm gonna spawn some corrupted lancers, let's see. Not one, of course. Spawn a little bit more, just so you have an idea that you're gonna be one-shotting most of the stuff, or one or two shots. It's not gonna be a problem at all. But with heavy armor units, that's where the thing gets worse. Yeah. Lesser enemies are like no problem for this weapon. Thing is, let's see, what can I talk about it? It feels okay. There is a slight problem with the travel time from the shots, and I think we can use terminal velocity to actually try to counter this. I think it increases the... I think it actually works. I think terminal velocity actually works for both of the fire modes, but not really sure. I know it works for the second one, but for the primary fire, not really sure. It seemed like it worked. It does not have like an insane travel time, but on longer distance you might feel it. But yeah. And the secondary fire is not going to be dealing also not that much damage, but on lower levels it can be cool. Get a flash proc from Hunter munitions. Wow. Wow. That was unexpected. Now about the reload, you might not feel it that much, but if you put a fire rate mod, yeah, you're gonna be reloading a lot. You're already gonna be reloading a lot, but yeah, it's gonna get worse. But just like the Ferox, it has the innate ability to recover ammo. So if you spam ammo and you throw it, it will, when it comes back to your hand, it's actually gonna be full. It reloads something like 33% of ammo for each second that stays on the ground. So what I think this weapon really misses is a ribbon. This weapon could be so much more with a ribbon. We could use something like damage, crit chance, and status chance maybe would be really, really good. To get more procs and to crit more often. Because with 50% you have a chance, you really have a chance to miss, to don't get crits. So yeah. This weapon also has a unique mod, which is the Amalgam Javlok magazine warp, which increases the magazine capacity and gives you combo count while blocking with a shield. Not using it on any of these builds, but alright, so this would be the build I would use with this mod. It's pretty much the same thing as the first one, but it has the magazine warp. As for the Arthuss that I haven't talked before, I don't really think you're gonna have any problem with ammo, so maybe you won't need a vigilante supplies or something like that. Also, it doesn't have that much recoil. Terminal velocity seems like a good option. Maybe if you plan on using heavy caliber and you're aiming, guided ordnance might be a good option. So I actually felt like a bob because I couldn't change the place of the camera. I don't even know if it is possible, so yeah. I just turn it off for now, and the thing is, I'm gonna use the arrows and using the reflex guard. We could, if this mod wasn't broken, we could do some very interesting things, but it's just not working. Yeah, went up. So yeah, overall, the Javlok is a good weapon, but it really needs a Riven. With a Riven, I really think this can be so much more. I mean, I'm not even gonna take this to missions to show you. I've already used it a little bit, quite a little bit, but yeah, you're gonna be killing pretty much all the stuff on the star chart. You can even run Steel Path, but yeah, it needs a Riven to kill really high level stuff. But yeah. So these were my thoughts and the builds that I have for you today about the Javlok. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.